So I had an interesting experience today, and it's a good one this time. And it was with myself. Um, and I thought I'd share because I think a lot of women go through this, and I think it's good to connect on that level. So this is what's going on. Um, about 3 weeks ago, I changed my diet to include about 220 grams of carbohydrates, and that seemed like a lot. Um, I'm not against carbohydrates by any stretch of the imagination. We need carbs. But I did not realize that I needed that many. Because when I think about my own performance and I think about my own workouts, I still feel very much like low end of the spectrum, like I'm not working out that hard, it's not that intense. I don't need tons and tons of food. Like I'm eating 2000 calories and that's a lot, right? A lot of women hearing this are probably sitting at 1400, 1500. So you hear me say 2000, you're like, "Holy shit." Um but that's what I was eating, and I was comfortable eating that. I knew I needed it because if I'm eating less than that, I'm hungry. So my body is giving me very, very strong cues that at least 2000 right now, right? With my current activity level, I need 2000 calories at least. Um, and at the time, a few weeks ago, I was eating about 180 grams of carbs. And my performance was not going well. There were a lot of days in a row where I was red or yellow, and that's a whoop. So red is like, stop, stay in bed, don't do anything. Yellow's like, yellow can vacillate, right? A higher yellow, numerically, now I'm getting into whoop stuff. Anyway, so like yellow can range anywhere from like in the 60s and 70s down into the 30s. Okay, so the lower the number is with the yellow, the harder time your body is having. And I was having a lot of low yellow and red days in a row. I was struggling to lift. There was a day where I was struggling to lift like 100 pounds lighter than I should have been lifting. Right? Red flag, something is wrong. And my coach saw it and he was like, "Hey, can we talk about the carbs?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can talk about the carbs." I was reluctant, and I will tell you why I was reluctant, and I'm fine talking about it. As much as I talk about how we should not give in to socialization to be thin, I have that struggle too. I won't say just as much as anybody, because I've been working on it for a while, but it shows up, right? And I felt that in this conversation. I also, like, I have history of diabetes on both sides of my family. Whoop is telling me that I need to watch my carbs. So anyway, I was reluctant to increase the carbohydrates, but I did it because even more important to me than keeping Whoop happy, and even more important to me than being lean, okay, is me performing well. That's important to me because right now in this time of my life, my goal is to find out what kind of an athlete I can become, right? What do I have inside that I can unlock? That's my big thing. And my coach was like, "We need to increase the carbohydrates." He was right. I need to be eating in a surplus and I need to have a high carb diet right now. I have put on body fat over the past few weeks. And that has been mentally and emotionally very hard. Because if you think about the world I'm in, right, we're all in this world where, thin is praised, right? That's why we're all struggling to accept our bodies. And then for me, you have to be muscular and you have to be thin. Those are my heroes, right? Those are the CrossFit Games athletes that I look up to, that I want to emulate, that I want to be able to be somewhat like them. Okay, that's like a whole different species. I'm not going to be like them, but that's what I'm working towards, is being a great athlete, the best athlete I can be. So as I've put on body fat, I have really struggled to accept it and to accept my body. I have had feelings of shame about how much weight I'm putting on, especially around my belly. That's where it's going. My upper body and my lower body are extremely muscular. Like they've put on some fat too, but like you look at me and you're like, she's jacked. And that's great. And I love that. I love it when my body feels strong and powerful. My belly does not. My belly feels squishy. And I've really been struggling with that. And overall weight gain, but really with the belly. And so today I was standing in front of the mirror, just completely naked, as one does. And I was like, can I accept this body? Can I accept this body as it is right now in this part of my journey where I am having to eat in surplus in order to put on muscle and in order to increase my strength? Okay, because it doesn't work if I'm eating hypocaloric, right? If I'm eating too few calories, my body is not going to get stronger and it's not going to put on muscle. It's just the way the human body works. So can I accept my body as it is right now in this part of my journey? And I was looking at it and I was like, it's like, okay. I was like, you know what? My boobs have not been this big in a long time. I was like, they are definitely fuller than they usually are. And that's nice. That's sexy. I can go with that. Like, that's okay. And I was like, you know what? My hips are a little bit fuller than they usually are. I can go with that. And I was like, and my tummy is definitely squishy, but I can accept the squishy tummy. Like, when I look at my body, it's a different body than I'm used to looking at. It's a curvier body. And I think I can be okay with that. It is a beautiful body. It's different than it has been, but that doesn't mean it's ugly. There are things about it that are beautiful. I wish I could keep this when I start going through, losing a little bit of weight, losing the fat I've gained in order to be lighter and more mobile and faster and more powerful on the competition floor, right? Like, I'll miss this. And so it's like this very interesting switch in my brain that actually this body's different, but it's beautiful too. And that's the first time I've ever thought that. At other points when I've been increasing muscle mass and I've put on the body fat, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get the weight off. I failed to enjoy the process of, number one, eating a lot, and number two, just enjoying my body as it was and the things that were different and beautiful. Also, my ass is exquisite right now. You should just watch me walk away. Like, it'll be the highlight of your day, I promise. So it does look good. And so it's really interesting, and I'm grateful that I've engaged thought work enough to be able to do it. Will I say that I totally love my little fluffy body right now? Love might be a strong word, but I am finding things about it that are beautiful. And I am closer to accepting it, and I am not in so much of a rush. I don't hate myself. For the first time ever in this decade of putting weight on and taking weight off, I don't hate myself, and I don't feel like I need to run away from myself as I am. So, if these are things you have struggled with, if these are thoughts that you have had and you want to explore that more, contact me. Contact me and find out more about yourself and about your body and about body acceptance. Another place I'm going to send you is to Cara Lowentheil's work. She is who I follow and who has helped me so much. I'm in her new school of feminist thought, I think is what it's called now. It used to be called The Clutch. Anyway, If you are struggling with body acceptance, with body love, with finding beautiful things about yourself, if you always feel like you're trying to run away from your current body, please reach out. That is socialization, and it's not fair. You deserve to love yourself because you are the only one who will ever do it unconditionally. I'll talk to you later.